Okay, so today we are going to be starting our third putting it all together landscape painting. I have a round canvas panel for this one, and I'm just expressing a little bit of blue, a little bit of purple, and of course our acrylic gesso, as you should be accustomed to now whenever we're blending a gradient, which I almost always do with my skies. So what I'm going to do is start by mixing the gesso into my paint directly. So there's my purple, and then I'm just going to take the rest of it there, and there's my blue. So I'm just going to have kind of a gradient between those two colors here. I'm just going to take a clean flat brush and just get into it. I want the top half and the bottom half of my canvas panel here to have some blue, and then the purple will go into the middle. So if you feel like you have a little bit too light of a color, which I wanted it to be a little bit more of a night sky, so I'm just going to go ahead and mix in a little bit more blue. Sometimes it's hard to tell what the pigment will be as you mix it into the gesso. Obviously everything's going to get lighter, so if you feel like you want it a little bit darker, then just go ahead and tweak that. So yeah, that's more of a nice dark night sky blue, and then I'll still go in with the same purple though, because I want it to kind of blend in and be nice and soft. So just get your paint on the panel now, and once you've applied as much as you want, just go ahead and I'm sticking with my flat brush first, but then moving in to my mop brush as always for blending. And since I'm not perched on an easel, I'm just going to hold my canvas so that I can stabilize it while I'm doing the little heavier strokes. Obviously I get a little bit out of hand here, I just get a little bit shaking around, but yeah, the blending part can be a little bit aggressive, but just take your time and slowly watch as everything smooths together. And just round those edges with purple just kind of disappearing into the blue, but not so much that we lose it. All right, once you're happy with the blending, just dry it nice and dry, and we will hopefully not blow away any of our paintbrushes. But now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of light cloud, almost like fog is what I'm going to go for with this. So just airy little brush strokes here with just white, and I'm going to mix in a little bit with water just because I want it to be mostly transparent, but yeah, just kind of a light coat here. And I'm kind of toggling between my small mop brush and my bigger mop brush, as you can see, and I'm just putting the paint where I want it to go with my small mop brush, and then I'm turning to my larger one to soften the edges and get rid of any, just bright white spots, because like I said, I don't want it to be super vibrant right now. I want it to be almost like a fog that's at the bottom of my sky here. And if you need to, add a little bit of water to your brush so it just softens everything out. Not too much water because you don't want to totally lose it, but you do want to keep it nice and airy and light here. And then I'm just going to slowly, as the layers dry, you're just adding that same technique. My small mop brush adds the paint, and then my larger one blends it out and softens it. And then you start to see some depth here. You start to see those layers of the clouds forming, and then I want to bring it up a little bit into the sky, nice and random, just little circular motions here, blending it all together. I don't want any straight lines, obviously, at this point. I don't want any super harsh lines. I want just really almost airbrush and soft. That's what I'm going for in this painting. All right, and so just kind of play around with the shape of this. I just kind of want it to be the bottom. I don't want to touch the very top of my sky here. I want it to be just the bottom part. And then I'm going to go in with my dark brown or raw umber and a little bit of white. And mixing these two together, I'm going to make kind of a gray color, because we're going to jump into our mountainscapes. And I actually did blend in a little bit of my blue that I used for the sky because there was some left over. So whenever you can be using up the paint that you already expressed and not wasting those things, that's always good. So keep your eye out for that, and it'll help you make your paint go, stretch longer. So I mixed 2 different shades of gray. I'm going to start with the lighter gray. This is a technique that you can try out with your mountainscapes. I'm going to do an entire mountainscape with my light shade and then go all the way over it with my dark shade, and you'll see it naturally will mix together, but then also leave spots that are highlighted. So I'm not doing as drastic of highlights on this one, but you'll see it kind of naturally happen. So this is another mountainscape technique that you can try. So block in your whole mountain with the light shade or your highlight shade, and then start going in, and we're going to cover almost all of it up with our dark shade. And I'm just kind of trying to follow the mountain shape that I already started with here. Just be very, slow and careful along the very edge, so you're not messing up what you put down in the first place. But you'll see that the dark shade is naturally going to blend into the light, and you're going to start to see there's just this 3D effect that will happen naturally just because the paint is going to blend. And it'll almost give you kind of a framework for when we go in with our snow. So you don't even have to do too much work with this method. See, at the very peak of the larger one, it's just kind of those lighter colors are starting to pop out. They are blending together, and you're naturally getting, just with your paintbrush strokes, you're naturally getting where the flats, where the drop-offs are going to be, and you kind of can start to envision that. All right, so once this is all on your painting, then just make sure that that first coat of your mountain dries. In the next video, we will get into adding the snow. I'll see you there.